Hey travelers, welcome back to my channel Yaya's World. I'm Yaya, and today I'm sharing my top 10 must-see destinations across the USA that should be on your travel bucket list. From awe-inspiring national parks to vibrant big cities, get ready for some serious wanderlust as I take you on a virtual tour of the best this beautiful country has to offer. Let's count down the top 10. Kicking off my list at number 1 is Yosemite National Park. Known for its towering granite cliffs, cascading waterfalls, and giant sequoia trees, this natural wonderland in California is one of America's most iconic national parks. No trip to California is complete without visiting Yosemite. Some top highlights are seeing massive El Capitan Rock up close, walking through the misty groves of ancient redwoods, and getting the iconic viewpoint of Half Dome from tunnel view. One of my favorite experiences was going for a hike to see the thundering Yosemite Falls up close. The sheer power of the falls spraying mist into the valley was incredible. An insider tip: stay in one of the cozy cabin lodges like Curry Village and experience the serenity of nature. Waking up among the redwoods and granite domes of Yosemite is an experience like no other. Coming in at number 2 is the one and only New York City. From the towering skyscrapers of Manhattan to world-renowned museums and Broadway shows, this buzzing metropolis dazzles with its energy and culture. No matter how many times I visit New York, I'm always blown away by the city that never sleeps. Beyond the well-known landmarks like the Statue of Liberty, Empire State Building, and Times Square, with its neon billboards, there is so much more to uncover. Some of my favorite memories were strolling through Central Park on a sunny day, people watching in Washington Square Park, in Greenwich Village, and getting lost in the galleries and shops of artsy Soho. The food scene cannot be beat. You have to try the pastrami sandwiches, pizza, bagels, and everything in between. An insider local tip is to walk across the Brooklyn Bridge at sunset for sweeping views of the Manhattan skyline before it lights up for the night. The buzz, sights, and sounds of New York City give me a thrill like nowhere else. Next up at number 3 is none other than Grand Canyon National Park. This natural wonder lives up to its name, revealing sweeping red-hued canyons that stretch for over 277 miles wide and a mile deep. Photos do not do justice to seeing the grand scale of the Grand Canyon in real life. One of the best ways to experience it is to hike partway down the canyon trails to really appreciate the changing landscapes and rock formations up close. The steep switchbacks are tough but so rewarding. You can also raft along the winding Colorado River below for a water-level viewpoint. The vastness of the Grand Canyon simply blew me away. One tip to avoid the biggest crowds is to visit during the shoulder seasons of spring or fall, and be sure to catch both the sunrise and sunset. The interplay of light and shadows on the canyon walls is just breathtaking. The Grand Canyon deserves its reputation as one of America's most iconic natural treasures. Sliding into the number 4 spot is sultry Miami. With its tropical climate, pulsing nightlife, and Cuban-inspired culture, Miami is one of America's hottest vacation destinations. I had such an incredible time soaking up the vibes in this Floridian city. Miami has it all: miles of beautiful beaches, exotic wildlife of the Everglades, delicious Cuban food, and of course, that iconic Art Deco architecture best seen in South Beach. I loved cruising Ocean Drive in a neon-lit convertible, looking at all the pastel-colored hotels. The trendy bars and clubs heat up at night. Be sure to dress to impress on a night out downtown. A day trip to Biscayne National Park is also a must to go snorkeling and kayaking in the turquoise waters. Miami really lives up to its reputation as a spicy tropical paradise. The stunning Hawaiian Islands take the number 5 position. From marine adventures to volcanic landscapes, Hawaii promises natural beauty and authentic Polynesian culture across its magical islands. Each time I visit Hawaii, I'm blown away by its diversity and natural wonders. Highlights include seeing Waimea Canyon on Kauai, known as the Grand Canyon of the Pacific, strolling the historic harbor area of Lahaina on Maui, and experiencing the Polynesian culture at a luau feast and hula dance on Oahu. Of course, the beaches are stunning with their black, white, and even green sand. Be sure to get in the water to snorkel with sea turtles and spot humpback whales during the winter migration season. An insider tip is to stay at a locally owned Airbnb to really experience Hawaiian hospitality at its finest. The aloha spirit shines bright across the islands. Coming in strong at number 6 is Music City itself, Nashville. Beyond the honky-tonks of lively Broadway, this country music mecca also boasts a vibrant food scene and nightlife. I loved exploring Nashville's musical roots and southern charm. A must-do is catching a show at the iconic Grand Ole Opry House that has launched legends like Dolly Parton and Garth Brooks. Wandering the Country Music Hall of Fame to see memorabilia from Johnny Cash, Reba McEntire, and more was a thrill. And you can't miss live music along the neon-lit bars of Broadway. Some even have dancing on the tables. But Nashville has so much more beyond country. The food scene is exploding with delicious fiery hot chicken, melt-in-your-mouth barbecue, and farm-fresh southern fare. For a lively night out, head to the trendy bars and clubs of the Gulch neighborhood. Nashville's eclectic energy and musical roots make it an American gem. Next on the list at number 7 is remote yet remarkable Denali National Park. Home to North America's highest peak, Denali amazes with its rugged beauty and abundance of wildlife. Denali really is the crown jewel of Alaska. The centerpiece is Mount Denali. Its snowy summit soaring over 20,000 feet high is truly a sight to behold. Some of my favorite moments were hiking along wilderness trails, keeping an eye out for Alaska's Big Five: grizzly bears, caribou, moose, wolves, and Dall sheep. The best way to spot wildlife is getting out into nature, but do keep your distance and be bear aware. For more guaranteed animal sightings, visit the wolf and bear conservation centers. The contrast between the soaring mountains, open tundra, and forested valleys took my breath away. In the winter, Denali transforms into a snowy wonderland, perfect for dog sledding adventures, with the northern lights often making an appearance as well. Whether you visit in summer or winter, Denali's grandeur and wilderness will leave you in awe. Holding down the number 8 spot is lively New Orleans. Festive year-round with its jazz music, Creole cuisine, and French Quarter vibes, the Big Easy brings non-stop fun. New Orleans definitely lives up to its party city reputation, but also has so much history and culture to explore. A walk through the lively French Quarter with its wrought iron balconies and lively music spilling into the streets is a must. Stop and listen to the jazz on Frenchman Street. Check out the legendary dive bars on Bourbon Street. And don't miss a café au lait and beignets at Café du Monde. I loved strolling through the above-ground cemeteries to learn about New Orleans' unique burial traditions. And the food is to die for. Gastro highlights include the seafood gumbo, crawfish etouffee, po' boys, and everything in between. Insider tip: time your visit for Mardi Gras or Jazz Fest to see NOLA at its very best. The Big Easy invites you to laisser les bon temps rouler, and you'll never want the party to stop. Nestled at number 9 is the untamed wilderness of Yellowstone. Famous for its explosive geysers, neon hot springs, and wildlife spotting opportunities, Yellowstone makes for an unforgettable outdoor escape. Yellowstone was the first national park in America, and its natural wonders never cease to amaze me. A top highlight is seeing Old Faithful Geyser erupt on the hour, sending a fountain of steaming water over 100 feet in the air. Equally mesmerizing are the rainbow-colored hot spring terraces at Mammoth Hot Springs. Keep your eyes peeled for bears, wolves, and elk roaming across the grassy valleys and forested trails. My favorite hike was along the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone to see the upper and lower falls thundering over the colorful canyon walls. Whether exploring by car or on foot, you feel immersed in nature and far from civilization here. An insider tip is to stay just outside the park gates in gateway towns like Gardner or West Yellowstone for more budget-friendly accommodations. From geysers to wildlife and sweeping landscapes, Yellowstone deserves its reputation as one of America's great wilderness wonders. And at number 10 is the Windy City, Chicago. From its stunning architecture to world-class museums and lakefront beaches, Chi-Town will blow you away with its charm. The Midwest's metropolis has so much more than deep dish pizza, though you must try that. Some of my Chicago highlights include strolling the lakefront trail along Lake Michigan, taking in the skyline views, hitting up the lively festivals at Millennium Park, and checking out the Bean Cloud sculpture. Wandering the galleries at the Art Institute of Chicago is a huge highlight, along with learning about science at the Museum of Science and Industry and Field Museum. And you can't miss going up to the sky deck of the 110-story Willis Tower, one of the world's tallest buildings, for views that stretch across 4 states. The restaurants dish up every type of cuisine you can imagine. An architectural boat tour along the Chicago River is also a unique way to take in the cityscape. Whether you're into culture, natural beauty, sports, or dining, Chicago has it all. Well, we've finally reached the end of my top 10 list of must-see destinations across the USA. From stunning national parks to vibrant cities, there are so many incredible places to explore across the United States. Let me know in the comments if your favorite place made my list, or share a spot I should visit next. I hope this gave you some travel inspiration and wanderlust. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Yaya's World for more travel content. See you in the next video. Bye for now.